The landowner told us where he spotted hogs the day before, and Ben set up watching the valley to the east, and I set up watching the valley to the west. And Carpe Sows, about an hour and a half later, we have hogs coming in from the north. Here we've actually moved about 150 yards uphill to another position next to an old cemetery and an old homestead, looking out past the homestead, looking at hogs some 400 to 500 yards away in an area of the property that the landowner has leased to other hunters. This is one of at least 3 groups of hogs that we saw pass through in about 15 minutes time. And they're moving off to the west. And at this point there's nothing that we can do but wait. So Ben went back to watching his valley, I went back to watching my valley, and a little while later I heard more hog noises, went up and checked. Saw there were some hogs coming in, grabbed Ben, and this is what we found. The hogs are now on our side of the fence. So these are the optics that we're going to be using for tonight. Our rifles.
She gives me her backside.
And our ammunition.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
Environmentally right now things are very quiet. There's no way to make a stealthy approach on this gravel road or through the brush next to it. So we're going to be shooting from here. There is no livestock in the area. There are no homes. Other than distance, we are good to go.
3, 2, 1. Piglets are hard.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anybody can shoot a big hog, but shooting the itty bitty ones, especially on the run, takes a lot more skill.
Gotta lead them, Brian.
Listening to the video, you can hear multiple thumps. On some of the larger hogs and on some of the piglets, but once they got into the high grass or down into the creek bottom.
On your left?
We had trouble finding them.
On your left.
There was one in the creek here, I guess.
It sounded like it. You did good. I spent a lot of ammo wounding piglets, I think. Got one up and that's trying to get up. She won't get up.
There they go in the distance.
Yep. I'm out.
Yeah, safe.
Safe.
I figured the hunt was over at this point and shut off my recorder. Ben's doing final scan through his scope, sees this one piglet running in the distance, tells me he's going to shoot it. I get my recorder started.
It stopped. Nice. That was beautiful.
Whether it's good shooting or unique occurrences, I like to point out these things in my videos. This is going to be my opening shot. I'm going to shoot this out. She's going to run. Ben's going to pick her up down the side of the hill. But what's really interesting is what happens right here. Where do you think this hog is going to get hit? Think about it for a second. Well, it didn't get hit at all. Even though I had lined up on the hog initially, it actually ran out from in front of the bullet after I fired, and the hog behind it, running to the right, crossed paths with the bullet, intercepted the bullet, and was hit in the face. And here I just want to showcase Ben's shot on this tiny piglet. The piglet is only about 4 times larger than the tiny cross in the middle of his reticle. And he's going to take it at 165 yards.
It stopped. Nice.
Well, Ben helped drag the hogs all into a pile for us. His little piglet came in at a whopping 6.8 pounds. My initial sow was 120 pounds that Ben finished off. The second sow I shot was 110 pounds. He shot an 80-pound boar down in the creek, and then the 6.8 pound piglet. There were several other hogs hit that we could hear in the video, and as I said earlier, probably made it down into the creek where we could not find them in the dense brush. We moved on to check out other parts of the property, and here we're down in a little valley area overlooking the neighbor's winter wheat field where there is a large sounder of hogs. The deer in the foreground is standing in some Bermuda grass that is on our side of the fence. And we waited to see if these hogs would move to our side of the fence, but they never did. However, we're going to be back at this area at the end of the night, and something interesting is going to occur that I've never had happen before. However, in the meantime, we moved on to check other properties. Carpet Canis, Ben spotted this three-legged coyote, and we decided to go after it. He's going to be using his Armalite AR-30 22-250 rifle. It's a single shot. And I'm going to be backing him up. As it turns out, this wasn't necessary.
Behind a tree for me, can you shoot? Nope.
Now we go.
I don't see him. He's behind a tree.
I couldn't see it, but I heard it. Coyote down at 155
Okay.
yards.
Safety on.
Turned out to be a male coyote, missing its left front leg. So this was kind of bizarre. There are two hogs in the Bermuda grass on our side of the fence. They've been chased in from the winter wheat on the neighbor's side. We'd been watching these hogs for a while.
Yeah.
The cattle chased them over to our side, and the reason why the cattle chased them over is the cattle got spooked. Because from the other side, a hunter came down the hill and spooked the cattle. He was going after the same hogs that we were watching. And of course, they were on his side of the fence at the time. Well, now that the hogs are on our side of the fence, we can't shoot them because of the cattle in the background. And the hogs eventually move off to the left, and we can't shoot them in that direction because there's a hunter on the other side of the fence over there. Now, we had actually seen this hunter coming down off the hill, and Ben thought it was advisable that maybe we move a little bit uphill on our side. Ben has taken cover behind a big tree. I've taken cover behind Ben, and we're both peering around watching to see this guy shoot these two hogs. But of course, once the hogs crossed the fence line, he wasn't going to shoot. And the hogs had actually worked themselves into a safe situation between us where neither side could fire. Well, at this point, Ben and I decided to call it a night, and when we left the property, ran into this other hunter out on the highway. Very nice gentleman. Part of the conversation centered around the fact that both sides were disappointed in not being able to see the other get to shoot those two hogs. No carpe analysis, the trauma diaries for this hunt. I can tell you that all the shots on the hogs were pass-throughs, no bullets were recovered, and some of the hogs had been shot multiple times, and so it just wasn't worth messing with. Hopefully I'll get some single shots in the near future. Carpe sus, my friends.